What's up, y'all? This is Sunko, and today is December 9th. And today, I'm going to read a book for an hour and talk about stock for an hour. Uh, Last time I did a YouTube live was a couple of days ago that I cannot remember. Um, it's been pretty normal days, and I've been a little bit busy because of study that I have to do. Hmm. Uh, if you've been watching me for a while, then you'll be noticing that I'm studying programming, and um, way before I studied Java. And, tonight I have to study Spring Boot. It's for programming and for well-built software program. I got no choice but to study. So a book that I'm reading currently is this book. I'm not, like advertising or anything. I'm just showing you what I'm studying. Yep. So I'll be concentrating on it for an hour and then I'll be talking continuously. For an hour. Okay. So, all right. 나가봐. 응? 나가. 방송 중이야. Okay, enough of studying. Uh, Studying for an hour is really hard task because it's such a short period of time. Uh, a little bit of time pass, and then before I know it, time flies, and an hour um, is gone. So, uh, if chances are met that I'd like to study more if I have plenty of time, like in on weekends or so. Mm. But enough of it. And then from now on, I'll be talking about something else, which is stock. Like 2 days ago, I talked about some of the companies that I have to pay attention to, and of course, I'll be talking about the same thing today too. Um, let's look at the latest news first. Yahoo Finance, Market Beats, and Zacks Investment are the websites that I'm going to use. Hmm. I bought DocuSign a couple of days ago, and now I see that it's gone up by 10%, which is a good sign because uh, stock price went up. Uh, if I had a lot of money, then I would have put more money into it, but then it's too late. So, hmm. Anyway, let's look at some of the important news here. Hmm. What do we have today? Investor action reminder: online prices hit record levels as shortages bite holiday shoppers. Hmm. Investor action reminder: the Shell law firm encouraged investors to Meta platforms in Facebook and with losses of $500,000 to contact the firm. This matrix shows massive potential for Pinterest. Should you sell stocks right now? Microsoft. Big highlights from Nvidia's quarter three earnings report. Top three stocks that look overvalued but are still no-brainers buys. Zacks investment ideas feature highlights Alphabet, JD.com, and Marvel Technology. Could the 4-day workweek solve the labor crisis? Online prices hit record levels. Under Nvidia's stock price seems unstoppable. One exposure to the buy now and pay later space would last risk. Try the stock. Instagram is bringing back its chronological feed. Should you buy DocuSign stock on the deep? Metaverse cryptos bull versus bear. 3 game-changing stocks to invest $1,000 right now. 3 unprofitable, high-risk, high-return stocks to buy now. 4 current questions to ask yourself going into the new year. Would you visit a Meta retail store? Why did shares of DocuSign drop 11.5% in November? 3 stocks to buy as the great resignation steams ahead. Leading OTT players in Southeast Asia announced support for Unfilled ID 2.0. Here's what hedge funds think about Unity Software Inc. Instagram chief and lawmakers clash over apps real-world harms. Kevin O'Reilly's crypto exposure has surged 10%, but he's still relying on the street, tried and true income stocks. Google to give additional staff bonus this year. Nike is already in the metaverse. DocuSign shares rebound as CEO Dan Springer buys $4.8 million in stock. Adobe Systems outspaces stock market gains. What you should know: Alphabet outpaced stock. Okay, it's enough. Online prices hit record levels as shortages by holiday shoppers. Apparel, sporting goods, groceries, flowers, related gifts were among the online categories that saw noteworthy price hikes, according to Adobe. Driven by continuing supply shortages and a strengthening economy, online shoppers are seeing prices rise at an unprecedented pace. New data from Adobe shows Adobe says online prices jumped 3.5% on a year-over-year basis in November, the highest rate of inflation since the company began tracking the digital economy in 2014. In the 18th consecutive month of online price increases, the company notes that a quarter of all consumer spending is now conducted online. Wow. A quarter of all consumer spending is now conducted online, Hmm. making the digital economy a significant component of the overall economy. The Adobe data based on sellers who use the company's e-commerce software tracks more than 100 million products sold online in the US. Ongoing supply chain constraints and durable consumer demand have underpinned the record high inflation in e-commerce, with apparel seeing high volumes of out-of-stock messages online compared with other categories. Adobe VP of Growth Marketing and Insights Patrick Brown said in a statement, with offline prices surging, uh, and the consumer price index, however, it is still cheaper to shop online for categories such as toys, computers, and spring sporting goods. One of the biggest contributors to online inflation is the apparel category, where prices were up 17.3% in November, the ninth straight month. The online clothing prices have increased 9% or more. In other noteworthy categories, prices were up 3.9% for groceries and 4% for appliances. Okay, what this article says is that more and more people are going to online for buying goods. Uh, a quarter of all consumer spending is now conducted online. That's a really big sign, right? and supply shortages and a strengthening economy caused price rises at an unprecedented pace. Okay. What else we have? Investor Astronaut Miner, the Shell law firm, encouraged investor meta platforms. Let's look at this article. The Shaw Law Firm, a national shareholder rights representation firm, reminds investors of a class action lawsuit against Meta platforms, who purchased company security between them. It's nothing serious. Okay, let's skip over to the next one. The matrix shows massive potential for Pinterest. Pinterest is not having a good year in 2021. I used Pinterest when I was in a previous company, not previous, like a company before that. Uh, but then I could literally feel that not many users were using Pinterest. I was trying to advertise the product that I had made, but then not many people used Pinterest, so like it was not really shown to many people. And instead, I used a different platform at that time. Anyway, it started decently, but engagement on the platform decreased more than expected. Yes, that's what I'm saying. When economies began reopening, as a result of declined users, the stock is down roughly 40% year to date. Wow, it's a huge decrease. Okay, what else popped up since then? Okay, investors are not thrilled about how the business is progressing through economy reopening. Increasing the average revenue per user is one long-term opportunity management is trying to capitalize on. The metric shows massive potential for Pinterest. Is in its early stages of monetizing international users. Is not having a good year in 2021. It started decently, but engagement on the platform decreased more than expected when economies began reopening. As a result of declined users, the stock is down roughly 40% year to date. Okay. Interest. Uh, hmm. Okay, anyway. Still, the company's long-run potential remains intact. Sure, it lost some users over the previous 2 quarters, but that's after a surge in new signups it experienced at the pandemic onset and its under monetization, as demonstrated by the gap between what Pinterest generates and average revenue per user compared to Meta platforms Facebook, highlights the massive potential for Pinterest stock. Okay, then Pinterest goes into my list. Okay. Hmm. Pinterest goes into my list. Pinterest. Hmm. Makes money by showing advertisements. Okay, showing advertisement. They are gaining some money. In its most recent quarter ended September 30, Pinterest reported a global average revenue per user of $1.47. This was up by 37% from the same quarter last year, where it earned an ARPU of $1.03. Interestingly, the ARPU varies significantly depending on where users are geographically located. Users from the US generate more ARPU than international users. Mhm. Okay. Hmm. Like other social media companies, including Facebook's families of apps, Pinterest is free to join and use. The company makes money by showing advertisement to folks who sign up and start using the app or website. It's no surprise that marketers are willing to spend more to show ads to users from the US, where the average personal income is higher than in other parts of the world. Higher personal income means more spending power, which advertisers are looking to utilize, getting people to buy their products or services. Its international RPU was 0.38 in quarter three, up 81% from last year. International ARPU is growing faster than domestic, but it is more than 10 times below domestic. Facebook is experiencing a similar trend. Its global ARPU was $10 in its most recent quarter, far less money than Facebook from its user. Okay. Before you consider Pinterest, you'll want to hear this. Our award-winning analyst team just revealed what they believe are the past 10 stocks. Okay, anyway. Large gap between Facebook and Pinterest. Okay, Pinterest goes into my list. Should you sell stocks right now? With the same extreme volatility, some investors are worried about another market crash. With the extreme volatility the market has been easing recently, you are not alone if you've seen your basket of stocks fluctuate or plunge in some particular choppy market days. But does that mean you should sell your stocks? Not so fast. In the segment of Backstage Pass, recorded on November 10th, full contributors respond to members' question. Not stock Microsoft. Wow, wow, wow. Microsoft up. Stock of Microsoft went up really, really high. Should you invest? Microsoft, you'll want to hear this. Wait. My friend works for Fidelity 2 months ago, keeping an eye on interest rates. He sold his big position in Microsoft and got into oil stocks. He's up 30% in 2 months. I was holding my ganja Motley Fool recommendations. Tech is hammered. 20K down in 2 days. Should I have taken a hint on balancing Motley Fool recommendation or should I stay put? Hmm. Big highlights from NVIDIA's quarterly earnings report. Bit expectations in its most recent earnings release in this segment of it was another record quarter for the chipmaker. Bit expectation in its most recent earnings release, the high-flying tech stock has seen shares soar more than 130% since the beginning of this year alone. The segment of Backstage Pass recorded on November 17, full contributor, wow, 130% increase this year. Three top stocks that look overvalued but are still no-brainers buys. While some stock prices have been top three stocks that look overvalued but are still no-brainer buys. Okay. So while some stock prices have been beaten down lately, others are soaring toward historical highs. If you're evaluating some of your favorite stocks right now and think they look overpriced, you're not alone. But price should never be the sole factor guiding your stock buying decisions either. In this segment of Backstage Pass recorded on November 15, Tesla, Nvidia, and Microsoft stocks are two quotes way ahead of themselves. Right now, of course, trading is not our stake here. Could the 4-day work will solve the labor crisis? Hmm. Not really important. Nvidia stock price seems unstable. Hmm. One exposure to buy now, pay later. Space will last risk try the stock. Buy now, pay later business, but also many other business segments making it less concentrated. Let's see what this is. Citizens Financial Group recently extended its point of sale, buy now, pay later relationship with Microsoft. Hmm. Not really important. Should you buy DocuSign stock on the tips? Metaverse cryptos, bull versus bear. Metaverse cryptocurrencies have skyrocketed in recent weeks. Is this a good time to start investing in this exciting growth market? The metaverse may eventually disrupt many different facets of our lives. As a result, cryptocurrencies related to virtual reality worlds have seen their price soar. Some want to get in on these big winners while they're hot, while others investors prefer to wait for comma sees. That's me. I'm just waiting for comma sees right now. Ah, hey darling, long time no see. It's been an hour and 23 minutes. 23 minutes before I was studying computer related topic, but now I'm talking about stock again. Ah, ding. I called you an hour or 2 hours ago. I sent you some message, but it seemed like you were a bit busy, so I kind of a message that I was going to do YouTube live. Mm. Uh, to explain what I'm doing right now, uh, I'm pretty much reading articles from the website called yahoofinance.com. It's the website that I use all days. Why am I so cute today? I'm cute as always. Some would some would mock me for saying like this, but who knows, you are the only visitor here. You are the only viewer, so I even did workout today, so I'm a bit buffed. Yes. Okay. Uh anyway, the topic that I was talking about was metaverse, cryptos. Um, and from what I see, the article author Anders Berlin and Jennifer Salbili, um, they're really positive in terms of metaverse cryptos in the future. And it's not only them, but also like everybody else are really positive when it comes to mm, having the metaverse universe. And he says some want to getting on these big winners while they're in the hot, while others investors prefer to wait for commercies. Uh, since I invested much of my most of my money into stock, I got no choice but to wait for commercies. Hmm. Let's see what else he says. Metaverse cryptocurrencies have skyrocketed in recent weeks. Is this a good time to start investing in this exciting growth market? Metaverse cryptocurrencies have been red hot in recent weeks. Yes, indeed. It's been really red hot. All the media talks about metaverse. Even my father and mother talks about it. Wings, please. I'm winking like 50 times to make sure that you're watching this. I will never able to know whether you are watching this or not. It's highly likely it's highly likely that you could just make it, turn on and then do something else. I did wink a lot of times, so you cannot say you've never watched me winking because I mean there's obvious history. It's gonna be recorded. It's gonna be uploaded on YouTube, so I can say that I winked multiple times. Okay, for the last time. Okay, that's enough. Are metaverse related tokens ready for prime time as investment vehicle, or is it better to let the overhead sector cool off first? Read on to see how two of our cryptocurrency writers treat the metaverse tokens in these early stages. Huh. Oh, okay. I looked at Upbeat platform a couple of days ago, and I noticed that there was a new coin that I've never seen before. It's the Sandbox and the Decentraland. The Sandbox was the one that I noticed. It was new, and here it says it's most popular metaverse cryptocurrencies. But it's also gone. It's down by like more than 10% when Bitcoin uh descended a couple of days ago. Hmm. Anyway, I have to take a note of this so that if I have a chance that I'll be investing a lot of money into the sandbox too. So the sandbox and Decentraland. Okay. Popular popular metaverse coin. They're both metaverse games, but they've become a lot more than that. Touted as it's the first fully decentralized virtual world. Decentraland is a digital space owned by its creators. Users determine things like upgrades and fees, and transactions are placed using its native token, Mana. Where these cryptocurrencies get more interesting is in the ability to do more in this digital world, such as buy real estate on the platform and sell digital assets through their marketplaces. As this gains traction and more people get on board, The reality is that they have value. Okay, they have value. Hmm. While it might look different than the kind of hard currency you're more familiar with, these tokens are real. Investors are benefiting. Is it risky? Yes. Should you invest your retirement account in them? I don't recommend it. Okay. Here it says author don't want to recommend investing your retirement account in these tokens. Hmm. But almost any investment that can deliver high gains will have a correlated risk factor. Yes, high risk, high return. Remember, you can only lose what you put in. On the other hand, you can gain many times the amount. You might want to invest small amounts in some of the more stable metaverse cryptocurrencies and gain from their potential for explosive growth. So author says that it's you can consider buying it, but then don't invest too much money into it. For because of risk factor. Hmm. Hold your horses in this rapidly evolving sector. Should you buy metaverse tokens today? Now I know the sandbox and Decentraland, so I'm going to pay attention to these coins. Three game-changing stocks to invest $1,000 in right now. Time is investors' greatest ally, but it also doesn't hurt if you own cutting-edge stocks. Ah, I love you too, Imong. Okay, okay. Come back later when you finish your study. These innovators are growing quickly, yet they remain incredible bargains. These companies are on the leading edge of innovation and can make patient investors a lot richer. If there's a lesson Wall Street is always willing to teach, it's the importance of being patient. Importance of being patient. Despite the broad base of the S&P 500 enduring 38 double-digit percentage corrections since the beginning of 1950, each and every one of these declines was eventually erased by a bull market rally. With time as their ally, investors give themselves an excellent opportunity to build wealth. But in addition to being patient, it helps if you own game-changing stocks. Businesses that are on the leading edge of innovation within their respective industries have the potential to deliver life-altering gains to investors. If you have $1,000 at the ready that won't be needed to pay bills or cover emergencies, the following three game-changing stocks can be bought right now. Three game-changing stocks. What they are saying: Popmatic and Meta Platforms. The parent company of Facebook, he says the parent company of Facebook doesn't fit the bill of a growth stock with a premium. It's an innovative company with sustainable double-digit growth potential that's downright cheap on a valuation basis. So the valuation basis, he says, it's really cheap. Meta's bread and butter has always been social media platform Facebook. It will probably remain that way for some years to come. It's pity that I got no money on this company. Okay, what else we have? Popmatic, another game-changing stock investors can confidently invest $1,000 in right now. Small cap advertising technology company Popmatic. Small cap advertising technology company Popmatic. Before the internet, buying and selling ads was an arduous process that was slow and inefficient. But following the advent of the internet, it became increasingly easier to optimize purchase sale and placement of ads. Popmatic cloud-based infrastructure is the next generation of ad tech platforms. Okay, sell-side provider, which means its clients are publishers. Okay, I can get to be publisher if I use this platform, and it's angling to sell their digital display space. Interesting though, the highest period priced ad isn't always the one chosen. Podmatch's machine learning algorithm understand that placing relevant ads in front of users will not only keep advertisers happy, but also will likely increase the pricing power for its clients over the long run. Steady shift in advertising dollars toward mobile, video, and streaming channels, which is Podmatch's specialty. Whereas the digital ad industry is expected to grow by annualized rate of 10% through mid-decade, Podmatic has continually doubled this growth rate. Podmatic, let's look at what Podmatic is. Hmm, 2.3% up. Hmm, okay. Novavax, a final game-changing stock that can be aggressively purchased by patient investors with $1,000, is a biotech stock. The buzz surrounding Nova has to do with its development of MVX coronavirus disease vaccine in the UK, US, Mexico trials. If the trial results were so good, why has the company's share price lagged so badly throughout much of 2021? The answer has to do with emergency use authorization failing delays, as well as concerns about the company's vaccine production purity. Has filed for equivalent of EUA approval in a number of core markets over the past 6 weeks. Something else to consider here is that COVID-19 is likely an endemic illness, given the mutability of the source. Is a one-time thing. Novavax. Okay, Novavax. Potmatic, Novavax. Pinterest, Potmatic, Novavax. Three unprofitable, high risk, high return stocks right now. Unprofitable, not profitable. Unprofitable, here it says. Skills is spending heavily on marketing to attract players. Football TV is riding a secular tailwind that could last several years. Unprofitable, high risk, high returns right now. Growing revenue and customers at a rapid rate. Investing in unprofitable stocks can be risky per position. Of course, all public companies aim to earn profits eventually. However, not all of them will achieve that goal. That being said, investors can choose to avoid companies that generate losses on the bottom line, but that would deprive them of the potential to earn significant gains from these stocks as they progress through their life cycle. Typically, stock markets reward investors commensurate with the high risk they take. Therefore, investing in unprofitable companies can sometimes come with high risk and the potential for high returns. Long-term investor with high risk tolerance, Roblox, Skills, Fubo TV are three stocks you can buy right now. Long-term investor with high risk tolerance, that's me. And long-term investor, that's me too. Skills, Roblox, Fubo TV. TV, Skills, Fubo TV, Novavax, Popmatic, Pinterest. Pioneer of the metaverse, where individuals interact with the environment and each other virtually. Roblox was already growing, but the onset of the coronavirus pandemic caused a surge in engagement. Okay. Skills operates a mobile gaming platform. Players can sign up for Skills and play games on computers, smartphones, tablets. The exciting part about Skills is that players can wager on their games and winning cash prizes. Equally interesting is that Skills is not considered a gambling company, an important distinction because the outcome of the offers depends mainly on skill and not chance. Gaining traction with gamers and its return revenues fiscal quarter three was up 70% from the same time last year, has more than tripled from the third quarter in 2019. Skills generate losses on the bottom line as management is spending aggressively to acquire and retain customers. Fubo TV is a streaming substitute to cable TV since it offers similar services to cable TV. It is gaining subscribers rapidly with a lot more convenience. TV report adding new subscribers in the third quarter that was 108% higher the same quarter last year, with a growing customer base revenues increasing in greed. Indeed, Fubo's TV sales increased by 156% in quarter three, which but is making plenty of hat while building out its business, growing customers and revenue. Fubo TV, okay. Would you visit a Meta retail store? Meta Platforms, formerly known as Facebook, could soon open retail stores. Wow. Retail stores. They're trying to open retail stores as it expands upon its vision to dominate the metaverse. The vision to dominate the metaverse. In this segment of Backstage Pass recorded on November 5th, full contributors Toby Bodrum, they would visit the Meta retail store. We got rumors this morning suggesting that Facebook, which I guess I now need to call Meta Platforms, were three Motley Fool contributors give their opinions. Three stocks to buy as the great resignation stream steams ahead. With workers still quitting their jobs in record numbers, you might be hunting for the best stocks to buy and amid the changing business landscape in this segment of Backstage Pass. At sea, for no reason whatsoever, but I mean, I was happy. Etsy is the company that I have to search for. Etsy. Hmm. The trade desk. Leading OTT players in Southeast Asia announced support for Unified ID 2.0. Global advertising leader The Trade Desk today announced that the Unified 2.0 initiative has expanded into the Southeast Asia market as leading over-the-top players announced their support. Here's what hedge fund thinks about Unity Software Inc. Out of thousands of stocks that are currently traded on the market, it is difficult to identify those that will really generate strong returns. Hedge funds are institutional investors spend millions of dollars on analysts with MBAs, PhDs, who are industry experts and well connected to other industry and media insiders. On top of that, individual investors can piggyback to hedge funds employing these talents and can benefit from their vast resources and knowledge that way. When last quarterly, Hmm. Kevin O'Reilly's crypto exposure has surged to 10%, but he's still relying on these three tried, true income stocks. Massive swings aren't for everyone, but one investing shock is hungry for more cryptocurrency. Kevin O'Reilly. First coin in 2017 has been picking up speed ever since. I've grown the portfolio remarkably. During a Reddit talk session last month, at the beginning of the year I was at 3% waiting. The target was to get 7% by year end. However, because of the appreciation of so many of the assets I have now, they're almost at 10% today. If you are looking to diversify your crypto-heavy portfolio with income-producing stocks, take a look at the top three holdings of O'Reilly's flagship fund. And if none of those appeal, Home Depot may not seem as exciting as crypto, but it's the top holding at OUSA, accounting for 6.1% of the fund's weight. The home improvement retail giant has around 200-300 stores, with each one averaging approximately 10,000 square feet of indoor retail space, dwarfing many competitors. Home Depot. Grew its sales nearly 20% in fiscal 2020 to Microsoft exception. The company announced an 11% increase to its quarterly dividend to 62 cents per share in September. Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble belongs to a group of companies currently known as the Dividend Kings, publicly traded business with at least 50 consecutive years of dividend increases. Okay. Google to give additional staff bonus this year. Nike is already in the metaverse. One of the world's biggest brands sees a big potential in the digital experience space. It's wasting no time getting into the metaverse. The footwear apparel giant recently launched a virtual environment on the Roblox gaming platform. In this video from the Virtual Opportunity Show broadcast, Nike, okay. Nike. DocuSign shares rebound as CEO Dan Springer buys $4.8 million in stock. One day 42% plunge after the company posted financial results that showed an unexpected slowing of its business. But then CEO insider of the company bought some shares leaped on Wednesday after CEO Dan Springer took advantage of a recent sharp post-earnings sell-off to snap up stock in the open market. Okay. I bought some share of DocuSign. There was good action. Now that I see that it's up by 10%. Hmm. These are the 5 best stocks to buy and watch now. Buying a stock is easy, but buying the right stock without a time-tested strategy is incredibly hard. Time-tested strategy. Here it says time-tested strategy. So what are the best stocks to buy now or put on a watch list? Alphabet, Nike, West Pharmaceutical Services, Lam Research, and DR Horton are prime candidates. Ram Research, here it says Lam Research. DR Horton. Since the coronavirus bear market, stocks rebounded powerfully. The strong action reflected rising confidence that the economy will eventually recover from the coronavirus. But worries around COVID are rising again. The emergency of a contagious new strain. It has been named Omicron by the World Health Organization, has been given the status of variant of concern. Best stocks to buy now. The crucial ingredients. But you want to find the very best stocks right now to generate massive gains. Don't forget the M when buying stocks. As part of the Keynes Slaney formula is the M, which stands for market. Google, that I know for sure that it's the stock that you have to buy. Alphabet is the one, and Nike stock, it's one that I talked about before. West Pharmaceutical Service stock. Pharmaceutical, the term has nothing to do with me, so I'm going to skip this one. Lam Research stock, semiconductor equipment maker. Lam Research is slightly extended above a consolidation pattern. Entry of 673.90. The stock is trading above its fast rising 10-day moving average. Wafer fabrication equipment and service to the semiconductor industry. Driven by strong demand and solid execution, Lam delivered a sixth consecutive quarter of record revenue and earnings per share. In a robust wafer fabrication equipment environment, Lam is delivering the innovation needed for success of our customers. Semiconductor manufacturing roadmaps. I'm familiar with semiconductor environment because I worked in semiconductor supplier company, not semiconductor supplier company. The what is it? Machine that produces wafer fabrication. If I put it in exact term, Dr. Horton stock is extending from a long double bottom base. And let's go over to Market Beat and Zacks Investment and see. Let's see what they have. Market Beat and Zacks Investment. We don't have much time. We got only 5 minutes left. Undervalued Thor Industries hammers out Havli Quarter, CVS Health, three young companies to watch heading into 2020. Is now the time to be brave with Paloto? Puma stock is an attack reopening play. Rebound is the face of soft earnings. All his bargain outlets betting on itself. Season continues. Three cheap stocks to buy now. The three low beta stocks to buy with volatility on the rise. Marvel Technology a buy after its marvelous quarter three. Reasons to sign up for DocuSign stock. Hmm. If you look at a Cargo Roche, Smart Global, and Flora Deco, you may not recognize at first what all three have in common. If you look carefully at their charts, you'll see all three went public in the past few years and have been rallying the recent months. Your IPOs, meaning those companies that went public in the past several years, are almost always in the range of the fastest growing growth stocks. There's reason for that. These companies are primed for growth and often boast strong revenue growth before going public, even if they are not yet profitable. Managers are incentivized for fast growth, and the companies tend to be nimble enough to pivot quickly if necessary. After 2 to 5 years on the public market, stocks have enough of a track record through market cycles to determine whether institutional investors are supporting the stock. Hmm. Smart Global produces specialty products including memory modules, solid-state storage products, and other solutions critical to electronic devices. Smart Global, Car and what else we have? Smart Global. Floor and Decor was beneficiary of the home building, moving, and remodeling trends that stock hold in 2020. Floor and Decor and Smart Global. And what else we have? Car Grosh. Is now the time to be brave with Peloton. A 10% move higher during Wednesday's session and shares of the interactive exercise by company Peloton were among the best performing of US equities. Micron Technology. It's worth a look given the recent change in character that has seen the stock break out of a downtrend and reclaim all of the major moving averages. Micron Technology. Marvel technology. Okay, enough of today. I'm going to come here tomorrow. Okay. Okay. 2 hours is enough. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye.